Hi, we're here at the farm of David and Lavina High. David is growing a new variety of wheat this year, and Lavina is going to be grinding it into flour. We'll use that flour in our sourdough whole wheat bread. Let's find out about it.
The wheat which we're talking about today and looking at about grinding here was grown here in Mahontonga Valley in Pittman, Pennsylvania. And it's a hard red winter wheat that we grow for bread, flours, and pastries like that, cakes and buns, and we started growing this hard red winter wheat a number of years ago, but we never grew this variety. We found this variety by not being able to find the seed for what we used to grow, and so we started to grow. We were able to purchase this. Comes from the New York State. They grow it up there, and it seems to be, with our using it this year, it seems to work very well for our valley. And we watched this wheat grow. We planted it in the fall. It comes up and in the fall, and then it goes into dormancy over winter. And in the winter, while it's in dormancy, is an opportunity to top dress this wheat with different varieties of fertilizer, whatever you choose. This wheat takes quite a bit of nitrogen to keep your protein levels up in the flour, and that's what makes this type of bread flour very high quality when you have your amount of nitrogen on that you need, and the protein level is somewhere you like to have it. Probably for high quality wheat, they say 15% protein. That their 15% protein is basically achieved in the Northwest by the spring hard red wheats that they grow. And I was able to, with our fertilizer program and the way we treat our soils, I was able to achieve almost a 14% protein, which the mill where we delivered this to was very happy. They called me directly from the baking lab and told me that was fantastic wheat. The grains were a little on the larger side, which makes it the test weight slightly lower, but not enough to hurt the sale of it. And the grain is a heavy grain, and it's beautiful in texture. And they done a baking test with it, and it worked out fabulous. So we use it in our baking here. My wife uses it in her flours for baking in the home, and we also share sometimes bread with the neighbors and things. They like it also. We're going to continue to grow this wheat, and we already have purchased more wheat for the year of 11 to harvest in 2011, and we're going to try and do some things just a little bit different to try to up our yields a little more, just like a farmer does. Be innovative, try different things, different ways, and try to accomplish. We always like to see the yields up higher, the quality better. Any way you can do it is what you try. That's what farming is a lot of about, is growing, being innovative, and doing better the next year. That's your goals, and your focus is on trying to do your best. So we're ready to do some grinding.
All right.
I don't know how much you want in there. Huh?
Fill it up. No, we should.
This mill here, we have it about on a medium setting. For medium grinding, you can set it at different grain or different sizes of your flour that you want. So it's a very slow way to grind the whole wheat, but we know what we're grinding. We're grinding our own wheat that's grown on our own farms, and we don't have to think that maybe it's got a lot of other chemicals or something on from another area. And we enjoy eating our own grains that we grow here on the farm. We grow other foods also, and we eat lots of our own products. This mill maybe only grinds 10 to 30 pounds an hour, just depends how fast you run through. But it's all you need for family baking. The wheat goes through there and into this container here. That's where the flour is going. And when you have about the amount you want in there before it gets too full, you just shut it off and dump it out and then start over again. You can see the texture of this. It's just as soft and fine as you can purchase in the bags in the warehouses from stores or wholesale places.
Put it on again.
Lavina, how is this flour different from, say, all-purpose flour in terms of storage? You have to store it differently. How does it keep?
Over the summer, it keeps better in the freezer. In the winter time, well, you can just have it in the pantry. It's okay that way. But when summertime, it should be kept cold or in the cooler or something.
When you bake with it, are there anything you do differently with whole wheat flour as opposed to using a white flour?
It might need a little more yeast.
David and Lavina have a fabulous recipe for corn fritters that I want them to share with you. It's not directly related to baking, but it's directly related to great cooking and great eating. It's a wonderful way of using maybe some leftover ears of corn, so I'll have them talk about it.
The corn fritters, which we want to talk about here, is very interesting. It's a fritters made from corn. Is like the heavier corn after it's more mature before it goes into, when it's still in a good dough stage. You cream it and off the cob. And my wife has been making these for years, and my mother used to make them. And the very interesting part about it, it's very delicious. And it's a fabulous way to eat corn just from other cooking it or whatever. But anyhow, we take about, to make one batch, you take about 6 nice ears of corn, maybe 7, 8, 9 inches long, and you cream this corn, and you make sure that it's real creamy. You take about 2 to 3 large tablespoons of flour, and about 2 eggs, and you put a little bit of salt to what you would like for your taste, and a pepper, and then you mix this all together real good, and it gives a nice creamy batter, like almost like pancake batter maybe. Anyhow, you take this and fry it in a skillet just almost like you would pancakes, and put like just like a nice pancake size, put it in the skillet and fry it till it's brown basically on each side, and you flip it over to make the other side brown, and make sure it's heated good through and through. And after that, it's ready to eat, and it's very tasty along with your peas and lima beans or carrots or whatever. It would be more of the starchy type food. Maybe you want to eat potatoes with it, the same meal that you like a lot of starchy foods, and it's a very, very good tasty thing to make out of corn.